What's up everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. And so today is very exciting because I am going to be joined by my friend Kenny, who has been on a few videos on my channel. Kenny just started law school, and so he is a current 1L. And so if you wanted to see other law school and LSAT related videos, definitely check out my LSAT playlist, which I will have linked down below. And so today we are just going to be talking with Kenny all about his law school experiences. Does he like it? How hard are exams? How is law school different from college? So we're going to get down into the nitty-gritty of law school and his experiences. And so also, if you are a current student who is applying to colleges this year, you should definitely check out Study Hall College Consulting. It's a team of myself and other UC Berkeley students who review college application essays as well as consult one-on-one with you all if you had any questions, wanted advice, or tips and tricks for your essays or your path throughout school to go to college. So definitely check that out. We have a website which is on the screen right now, and we look forward to reading your essays or consulting with you one-on-one. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. What is up everyone? We are on Zoom now. Hopefully this is recording correctly. And so I am joined by my friend Kenny, who has been on this channel before. If you want to reintroduce yourself.
Hey everyone, it's good to see everyone on the channel. My name's Kenny. I'm a friend of Rachel's. We went to Berkeley together, and she invited me here again to talk about how law school is after 2 months now.
My first question for you is, what's your day like at law school?
It's pretty unglamorous. It's really anticlimactic being in law school over Zoom. So to give you a kind of snapshot, I still wake up early. You know, it's like a 6:30 a.m. kind of wake up, get some coffee, do some breakfast, and then by the time you know it, it's like from 7:30 till probably 12 o'clock. I'm studying, reading, preparing for class, and then I have afternoon classes at Loyola, so I have class from 1 to 5 most days. And then after class, 4 hours straight, no breaks, I eat some early dinner, maybe get a workout in, and then next thing you know, the last like 3 or 4 hours of my day are studying again, doing whatever I need to do, and then going to bed at like 10:30 and repeat. That's I'm telling you, it's really unglamorous. That's really what it is.
So nothing like Legally Blonde? Are you Elle Woods yet?
No, I don't have a cute dog. I'm not at Harvard. I don't have a hairstylist who I can rant to and everything. It's really just me at home. I'm living here right outside LA in Simi Valley, where I'm from, and just doing stuff on my own. All my friends are kind of all over the place.
Okay, yeah. And so I know Kenny and I, since we're both in the class of 2020, graduating from undergrad, and so half of our senior year of the last semester was all online. So obviously people probably don't want to do online classes, and online law school is probably a totally different beast. So how is like that online law school treating you?
It's really weird and unique. I actually would say it's not as bad as I expected. I definitely would have preferred in person 100%, but you got to think about the good things, like the fact that I don't have to wake up earlier to go commute to school. I have all like my food downstairs. I'm here with my family. Things like that actually you take for granted when you're commuting to school. So it's been really nice, but the online law school experience has been kind of hard, at least for me, because you don't see your peers working. You don't get to really know your fellow classmates that well. And so, law school already being tough with the curves and the pressure to do well, I feel like for me, it's kind of been it's been heightened, and I get more anxious because I really don't know how hard or how not hardworking my fellow like students are, if that makes sense.
Also, with it online, have you been able to make any friends at school?
So yeah, it's been actually a pretty good experience for what the circumstances are. I've made some pretty good friends already, I'd like to say, and it's funny. We reflect back at how we became friends, and it was literally like each other like sliding into our DMs on GroupMe, like, "Hey, like you seemed cool, like we should talk," like literally like that.
Aww.
But it's been really good. I guess hopefully for me, I've just kind of shown people who I am truly just over the camera. I know other people have struggled because if you're not really like that extrovert, like out there personality, it is kind of intimidating. But for me, I'm just like, I'm here. I want to make friends. Law school might be online for the whole year or maybe even into my second year. I think for anyone watching here who's probably considering law school, finances is a big consideration and also your experience. So like, do you want to be paying the same sticker price or whatever price for law school, but you're not going to be there in person? It's a big question mark. I think for me, it's a perfect opportunity to be in law school right now, get your degree. So when things are better, you can come out with that degree, pass the bar and start practicing. But everyone's circumstances are different. Just really think about what's going to be best for you. But thankfully for me, my update to all of you who care about how I've been in this whole journey. I'm glad I did law school online, but others might not.
So my next big question for you, Kenny, is what is the hardest part about law school?
Rachel, that's like a 10-part question. There's like so many answers. And it was funny, like literally 2 months ago, I didn't know what I would say because I was just entering school, and I look back at the videos we made and I was like, oh yeah, I might expect this or that. But truly, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It makes going to undergrad at Berkeley really easy, which was hard in itself. But I think it's just hard because the people who go to law school, you're kind of filtering out more people, the people who are driven, the people who want to succeed and make a difference in the world. And there's a lot of passionate, motivated people. So I think the hardest part is knowing that you can't slack off, because if you care about your grades and you want to be the best, you got to outwork the person next to you. And on top of online, I don't know who the next person is and I don't know how hard they're working. So I'm kind of battling this ghost who's telling me like someone over my shoulder, like, hey, you should be working harder, or like, oh no, it's okay, no one's really trying. So that's the hardest part, I think, for sure.
So with that, would you say that law school is like super competitive?
So at Loyola in LA, we aren't a top 14. So I don't know what to compare it to, but at least for my experience, people have been really nice. I think when I talk about the pressure and the anxiety, I think that's all from myself. And I think we all do that to ourselves. Truthfully, people have been really nice, willing to give notes. And I've made some pretty great friends who have been really helpful. So I haven't felt that at all. The pressure is all, I think, amongst ourselves. And it's, we are our greatest enemies, ourselves. And that's like really true in law school.
So you mentioned the hardest part for you about law school, but you also alluded to a bunch of other hard things. If you did a quick fire round, what would be some other hard things, like spitfire though?
So other hard things is the amount of reading, online or in person. Reading doesn't change. The expectations of the professors don't change, even though they are kind of understanding of the situation. The fact that you've never dealt with this kind of material, and especially with legal writing, you learn how to research and write memos and stuff. And that's been really challenging for me because it's totally different than what we did, Rachel, in legal studies, totally different kind of writing. Also, just having to think about jobs already soon, trying to get summer internships, that doesn't change. And just also, I think there is a social aspect to it. I kind of touched on it, but people overlook, like, you want to be liked by your peers. You want to make good friends and stuff. And it's kind of hard to present yourself over Zoom. So I think a hard part is just showing people who you really are and getting people to kind of, trust you and stuff. So yeah, that was maybe 5 or 6 things, I think. I have no idea, but those are the hardest things, I think.
Okay, that's really good to know. And so my next question would be, how is law school classes different from college undergraduate courses?
So it's huge, big difference. I think I kind of touched on it just a bit ago. A big thing for people who are in like poli-sci, legal studies, or any like humanities, when you write essays, you're kind of just regurgitating like facts or like just stuff that the professor kind of hinted that they wanted you to say, and you're trying to be persuasive. But in law school, the exams are more of like, here are the rules, like the black letter law rules, and how you can do like issue, rule, analysis, conclusion, and how to, like, you're still being persuasive, but it's more analytical and just a different way of thinking. So that's a big difference. And I think also just a huge difference from law school and college is that for 1 hour at least, you can't pick your classes. So you have to do your core doctrinal classes. Like this semester, I'm in contracts, property, civil procedure, criminal law, and I can't choose my classes. And personally, I would have picked some over the others, or more like concentrations that I liked. So that's a difference.
Since a lot of people watching this video might be applying to law schools this cycle or in college right now thinking about applying to law school in the next few years, what would be your biggest tip for students to prepare for law school?
I want to touch on two things: preparing in terms of applications and preparing versus when you actually go to law school. In terms of applications, I would say, don't send it in unless you're fully confident with it. I think throughout my application, I applied a bit later and it still worked out great. So don't rush. Like I'd rather you send a great application and a great essay and get the best scores you can before just like rushing it and whatnot. So I would just say be patient and put a good product out there for school. Once you get in, which I know all of you will, and when you pick the school you want to go to, I think over the summer you should take some time to really just relax and try to be ready, because once you get into class, things go full speed, and you need your full batteries like charged and whatnot. And I think there's a pressure for people to like, oh, should I take like summer classes for 1L, or should I prepare and read these books? And to be frankly honest, like you're not going to learn what your professor wants, and you're not going to learn what works best for you until you actually do it. So don't waste your time doing that. Enjoy yourself, spend time with your family, spend time with your friends while you can, and really get ready for the biggest chapter of your life once you get into law school.
Oh my gosh, Kenny, you sound sort of down.
Yeah, I think when I've been catching up with friends and now talking with you, I feel like people say like, "Oh my gosh, like you seem depressed, or you seem like this is so sad." And I'm struggling, to be honest. I'm not gonna come on a video and say, "Oh, I'm killing it. Like, went to Berkeley, going to school now. It's great." Like, no, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, and this is really intense. But I think what's motivating me is that I know this is what I want to do, and I know that I'm capable. So just that motivating factor is driving me. But without a doubt, it's hard. You're gonna work a lot on the weekends too, and all day on the weekdays. But it's a sacrifice you make to get to where you want to be. So yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yes, all very good advice. So, Kenny, my final question is, do you have any final advice for any students who are interested in law school?
Yeah, I was thinking about this before we talked, and I think a huge thing is, and this is so cliche. I hate saying cliches, but now that I've done it, I need to say it. You need to know that you want to go to law school. You need to know, because I don't really care how much money you want to make, or I don't care that if this is a means to an end. Law school is so difficult and so intense. And unless you really don't care and you just want to coast by and you have everything ready for you, which I'm guessing most people don't, and the finances are huge at law school, you want to take things seriously. And the thing that's going to drive you has to be the passion and the interest you have in becoming a lawyer or working in the law. So please, before you send in applications or decide to go, think about why you want to go to law school, and think about how much this is going to be worth it for you. Because when times are tough and when you're working on that memo or you're studying for that first midterm, you are going to doubt yourself a lot. And I broke down a lot like 2 weeks ago. I was crying. I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to school anymore. This is not for me. And thankfully, I just reminded myself that, there's a reason why I'm here. I really want to do this. And I'm just kind of taking it week by week. That's
Aw,
all.
Kenny.
I don't know. I think my peers, if they saw this, they would relate. I'm really trying to be as honest and like candid as I can be, because I really do think it's important for people to use their money wisely and to make a decision that is going to be good for them. I don't want to just say like, oh yeah, go to law school, it's fine. Like, no, I think you really need to know if you want to go. So that's the biggest piece of advice I could give.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Kenny, for doing another video with me. As always, the viewers like watching you, so we'd love to have you keep coming back here. And yeah, if anyone does have any questions for Kenny about his law school experience, you can leave a comment down below and maybe a follow-up video, or Kenny himself can comment and respond back to you about his law school 1L experiences. But thank you so much, Kenny, for coming on, and thank you all so much for watching this video. Definitely let me know in the comments as well what other kinds of videos you want to see me do. And with that, I will see you all next time. I post every single Sunday and Wednesday, and so peace out.
See you, everyone. Take care.